There's over 84,000 chemicals in our society. Most of these have not been tested, or when they are tested, they're tested in isolation, but not in combinations with each other. And see, our body has an ability to handle toxins and to eliminate toxins through our detoxification pathways. Our liver deactivates the toxins, and then oftentimes we get the toxins out through either our perspiration, so our sweat, our respiration, which is actually where we remove most of our toxins, through our breathing, also through defecation, so when we go to the bathroom, and then of course urination as well. That's how we're moving these toxins out. But the problem is, when we have more toxins coming in than we're able to eliminate, they start to build up. And we call it the toxic bucket theory, meaning that we all have this bucket, and usually it's got little holes where the toxins are leaving. So as toxins are coming in, they're leaving our body. But over time, if we have more toxins coming in than are leaving, that bucket starts to fill up, and once it overflows, that's when we have chronic symptoms. Those chronic symptoms could be chronic inflammation, fatigue, brain fog, poor memory. It could be skin issues, skin rashes, or eczema. It could be thyroid issues. It could be trouble losing weight. In fact, a lot of these toxins are linked, they're called obesogens, because they're actually linked with weight loss resistance, and they actually build up. We store them in our fat cells, and our body will hold on to the fat because it doesn't want to burn it, because it will allow the chemicals, if it burns the fat, the chemicals will become liberated and then get into vital organs where they can cause further damage and destruction. So these chemicals are things we definitely want to avoid and minimize our exposure to, and they're all around us. So when we look at it, toothpaste, number one, anything we put in or on our body, we definitely need to make sure it's as chemical-free as possible. We're consuming these chemicals through the air that we breathe, the water that we're drinking, products that we're putting on our skin, right? This is how we're being exposed to these. So toothpaste is a really big one. We see with toothpaste, most conventional toothpaste has sodium lauryl sulfates in it. It has artificial dyes and colors and artificial sweeteners in it. It has titanium dioxide, all of these things, these chemicals are very toxic and hazardous for our body. So we want to avoid that. It has fluoride in it as well. So you can get natural forms of toothpaste. There's a lot of great brands out there if you're looking for natural fluoride-free toothpaste. Things without sodium lauryl sulfates. There's a lot of good ones out there. You can even just brush your teeth actually with baking soda if you wanted to, and it can be surprisingly effective for reducing plaque, tartar, and improving overall dental health. Even hydrogen peroxide you can put on, and that has been shown to have positive response on reducing plaque. So you don't even need a fancy toothpaste, although you can find really good natural toothpaste without the chemicals. So toothpaste is one of the first things you should consider when it comes to getting anything natural, because you're putting it directly into your body, into your mouth, where those chemicals will absorb right into your bloodstream through the gum lining and into your saliva and all the different glands that are in your mouth. Number two is deodorant. Obviously, we're putting that right under our arms. That area is right where we have some big lymph nodes. It's an area where we really tend to absorb a lot of compounds that are coming in our underarms. And deodorant, we have all kinds of problems. We have aluminum in there. We've got parabens. We've got phthalates, these estrogenic chemicals. They call them forever chemicals. They mimic estrogen in our body, and they are linked with higher risks of breast cancer, colon cancer, prostate cancer, really all cancers across the board, and increase our risk of autoimmune conditions as well. And so really problematic there. Makeup is another big one. In makeup, most women don't even know this. A lot of lipsticks, conventional lipsticks, they have lead in the lipstick. Lead is one of the most toxic substances we could put in our body. A lot of makeups still have all different types of heavy metals and parabens and phthalates, these forever xenoestrogenic chemicals that I was talking about. Really toxic stuff. And so we want to make sure we're avoiding that. Moisturizers. And so again, anything we're putting on our skin, right, that's going to get into our body. We call it transdermal absorption. That means through the skin, we're absorbing it directly into our bloodstream. So those chemicals, and really anything we put on our skin, should be as free of chemicals as possible. And so moisturizers are key. Shampoos and soaps. A lot of these things also have antibacterial compounds like triclosan, which has been linked with different types of cancers, autoimmune conditions, chronic inflammatory diseases. And so really, really important that we are getting natural forms. If you're looking for like shampoos, you can get, if you go on Amazon or, any sort of online retailer, you can find things like Dr. Bronner's. They've got a great selection of cleaners as well as like shampoos. And, there's a whole market for these kind of more organic, natural cosmetics, organic, natural cleaning agents. And I would highly encourage you to do that. The more you can minimize these toxins, the better your body's going to be able to adapt to any sort of toxins that it may encounter, and the better it's going to be able to eliminate them. It's the bombardment of toxins that become the problem.